What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the things I kind of regret buying and some things that I don't regret buying. Now, I've broken all of this up into two different groups. Now, this is the section that I actually don't regret buying, and this is the section that I truly regret buying. Now, yes, if you can see that it's the A7 III, and it's not, I regret buying it, but it's not for the reasons you think. Now, off camera, I do have two boosted boards. I have a Stealth and I have the Mini X. Now, one of those I do regret buying, and anyone that knows boosted board, you probably can figure out right now which one I regret buying. But without further ado, let's kind of just jump into it, and I'm going to start with the A7R II. Absolutely love this camera. In my opinion, it is future proof. This is my first ever mirrorless camera, and it shoots 4K, 1080p. The only thing that it doesn't have, well, there's a few things that this camera doesn't have that the A7 III doesn't, that the A7 III has, sorry. That is, this doesn't shoot 1080p at 120 frames per second. It doesn't have dual card slots, and it has a crappy battery. That is the only things. But, I could have lived with it. I definitely could have lived with the little shortcomings of this camera because, again, it shoots 4K, it shoots a really nice 1080p. So, and I'm not gonna try to make this video long. I'm just gonna kind of try to simplify everything. So next up is my camera lens. This is the G Master 24-70. Now this is a very expensive lens. This is like $2,100, well, when I bought it was $2,100. I think I actually bought this used. Now I'm a hybrid shooter. I love photography and I love doing these YouTube videos. So I thought if I was gonna spend $2,100 on a camera lens, it needed to be something a little bit versatile because that is a lot of money to be spending on a camera lens. Just my opinion. Now I know this isn't high quality glass. This is high quality glass, but it's still a lot of money. It really is a lot of money. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep the theme going with the cameras here. I don't regret buying the GoPro Hero 7, the black one. This has a lot of features that I absolutely love. Like the time warp is amazing. The stabilization is amazing to not be optical stabilization. Like they've gotten it right when it comes to the processing, the digital stabilization. This is amazing. And in my opinion, this has an amazing time lapse feature too. Like simply amazing. Do not regret spending the money on this thing. Now, next up is something that is vital, crucial to anyone that is actually shooting a vlog. That is the Joby GorillaPod. Now this is the 5K. This is essential to any vlogger, anyone that wants to dabble into vlogging, period, or YouTube. In my opinion, you need one of these. This is probably one of the most important pieces of equipment, well, besides the camera itself, and well, okay, never mind, the audio is important too. But this is really important. A lot of the times when I go out, this is what I take this, nothing else. No gimbal, nothing, no other tripods. This is all I take. I actually wrap this around like park benches. And if you've seen some of those videos where I'm on a bench, like literally this legs are like wrapped around the bench. So I love it. I love it. I really do love this thing. Now this is the 3K 3K GorillaPod head. I was really cheap. I was not paying $80 for that damn 5K GorillaPod head. No, I just couldn't do it. Now I might eventually because I still have the 3K in the other room. But this is the one I use the most, and I don't use the 3K because none of my cameras fit on it. It's they're too heavy. So, all right, next up. Do I really have to explain? Audio is super important for YouTube and any type of video that you make. Like if you can't hear what someone's saying, it's kind of worthless. Now I do have the Sennheiser on my hip. That kind of goes in with this. You know, I don't really have to talk about audio that much because we all know that audio is one of the most important. Okay, so next up, and something that I wish I had more of, is lighting equipment. Now this is the YN300 Air. This thing is like, I think it's like 40 bucks, even with the battery, 40, 50 bucks. I bought 2 of them. And well, the funny story is, instead of using the batteries, I thought it was a smart idea because I didn't have because it has a little plug for, an adapter to plug into the wall, right? I thought it was gonna be a good idea because what do you call it? The boosted board. So the boosted board has this laptop charging little cord, right? I thought this was it fit in there perfectly. So I was like, oh man, this is perfect. I can use this to actually put power into these lights. Don't ever do that. It blew the whole freaking light. Like it just popped. It was way too much power trying to put into this whole system. So I'm down to 1, but I don't regret it. These are really cool because you can control the temperature and they're fairly cheap. Now, do I wish I had high quality lighting? Absolutely. That would definitely be in this section over here when it comes to not regretting to buy it. So let's kind of move on and talk about some of the things that I absolutely regret buying. And I'm going to start with this, the Ronin S. Now, honestly, this is an amazing product, but you have to admit to yourself, and I'm admitting to myself right now, that the Ronin S at this current time is beyond my skill level. It's too heavy. I'm a one-man band. I don't really, in my mind, I had this whole vision of creating great content with this gimbal here, but it's not happening because it's too heavy. It's extremely too heavy. But the app's great. Everything is great. Like, this works perfectly, but this is what I need right now. This is like on a whole different skill level that I don't have right now. So I regret it. I regret buying it because I could have spent the money on better lighting equipment. So all of this stuff that you see right here that I'm going to be talking about that I regret buying, just think about all the money. This is 800 bucks. I'll get into how much things cost here in a second, but all of that could have went to a better background, better lighting, high quality lighting. That's so crucial to a video. So yeah, I definitely regret this Ronin S here. Not because it's not a great product. It's just beyond my skill level right now. And it's not something that I technically need. Okay, so next up is the Canon G7X Mark II. Now, the whole purpose of buying this camera here was to get more comfortable in front of the camera. You know, this right here, the A7R2 and the A7 III, with a large lens like this, it kind of sticks out, especially if you have this Ronin, not Ronin S, but the Rode VideoMic Pro on top. That is a dead giveaway that I am recording you, I'm coming into your establishment, and I'm making a video. Now, this was something to be more discreet, and honestly, I thought that was gonna work. But I quickly switched over to shooting 4K because I wasn't happy with the 1080p that Sony produces, and this literally does not get used anymore. I've used it 3 or 4 times. Now, maybe I'll use it again in the future, but as of right now, this serves no purpose. It's more just a paperweight. So I'm definitely giving this away to my cousin eventually, once I can get it shipped out. But yeah, I regret it because, literally, I can no one suspects you taking video on this thing here. This shoots 4K, this doesn't. This shoots 1080p, this shoots 1080p. I can take photos, this takes photos. Again, I take video, this takes video. This is something very sneaky that you don't suspect someone taking a video of you on. Or if you do see them, you don't really care because it's a phone. But people kind of get bent out of shape when they see any type of camera, and they don't want themselves on video and stuff like that. So 650 bucks. Again, I could have bought more freaking lighting. Waste of time, waste of money. Camera on this phone, it was all I need if I wasn't gonna use this whole setup. Okay, next up is the Sony action camera. It's weird because, like, honestly, this does take a pretty good image. It's really good. But the camera system, I mean, not the camera system, but the menu system makes me not want to use this camera. Period. Like, I should have went with my gut originally when I first bought this one and got the GoPro Hero 5. When I bought this when the GoPro Hero 5 came out, or I think, yeah, 5 or 6. I ended up buying this. I should have stuck with GoPro because it was something familiar, and I do love the image out of GoPro. There are some things that are superior than, on this camera than there is on the GoPro. Like, there's an actual microphone jack built into this thing. This, you need all types of adapters, but again, I don't mind spending extra money on that. This has an HDMI, out, and but this is a nice camera, but the form factor is what kills me. I don't like it. I prefer the look and the style of the GoPro. And of course, the in-body stabilization, the optical stabilization is really good on this. But it's just the form factor. Like, nobody makes anything to kind of complement this. Everything is meant for the GoPro. All the accessories. I mean, there's a housing that goes to this, but honestly, I just don't use it. The menu system is so bad that I simply don't like using it. I just don't. Okay, but we're gonna move on. This is an on body, on body flash. This was when I was kind of really heavy into photography, and honestly, I didn't even use it. I hassled my wife about buying this on camera flash and used it maybe 3 times. Didn't want to take the time to actually learn how to use it. So it just mainly sits. It was like $300, $200. Again, could have been more lighting. Okay, but last but not least, when it comes to camera gear, I'm shooting on the A7 III right now. It's the A7 III. Now, it's not because this is a bad camera. It has nothing to do with the image quality, anything with the camera. It's honestly just for the simple fact that I already had a really great camera. In my opinion, this was still somewhat future-proof. Like, it shoots a really great 4K image. Now, this camera is superior in a lot of ways to the A7R II, but I just simply didn't need it. Like, I could have gotten by using the A7R II. But again, I was ungrateful for the little stuff that I have. I thought I needed this. I don't need it. This camera sits in my bag and like literally goes everywhere with me. And I simply don't use it because I have the A7 III. There's no need for me to have 2 cameras recording myself. Like, on occasion it might be okay, but honestly, I don't need it. I don't need 2 cameras. But I have them both down. I'll have to figure out how to use them. But again, $2,100 because I did buy it with the kit lens. Because honestly, when you're spending $2,000 on a camera, I'm not made of money. I don't really like buying low quality glass, but I didn't have a choice. Okay, so I did mention earlier about the boosted boards. Now, it's really obvious. Anyone that has a boosted board, they'll know. But can you guess which one I can regret buying? And it's really, really easy. It is the Boosted Mini X. I regret buying this thing. Now, it's not because it's not a great product. It's amazing. But it's a bumpy ride. If you live in an area where you have really high quality roads and say really awesome paved bike trails, this might be for you. If you are on a campus, and I think that's what it was designed for. It was designed for short commutes because there's no flex in this deck at all. And that's what makes it like a really rough ride. The Stealth, the Classic, the new Classic and the V2, any of the Any of the boosted boards with the flexible deck, amazing. They are amazing rides. Even when you are on rough roads, it's not bad. It is really not that bad to ride on a boosted board because the deck flexes and it absorbs so many of those bumps. This thing, no, you're feeling everything. So I regret spending $1,000 on this thing. Again, could have been more lighting. Absolutely, I could have had a whole freaking studio at this point with the $1,000. That's $3,000 right here. That's $4,000 when you look at this, and then you add the $300 I've spent, the $650. That's another $1,000, and then the $150, $200, and then $100 for this. Like, add all that up. Jesus, we could have taken an amazing vacation out of the country. We have our passports. So it's like, I regret it. Honey, you were right. Women are always right. Men, you should listen. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Don't make the same damn mistakes that I've made. Be patient. Don't waste your money.